think that says a lot right there. Let's get to what's real. So, this will be a warning to all politicians. I'm running for president in 2024. And I'll go over that here real quick for everybody who's not up to speed on that. This will be I say it's the first because I don't know if there's been another one. First political campaign strictly on YouTube. No rallies, no campaign finance, no anything like that. If you like my ideas, you can give me a thumbs up, and if there's enough write-in, votes, and enough people letting me know that they think it's a good idea and they like what I have to say, I will file the paperwork in 2024 and make it official. And because I think you have to file certain things and pay a fee or something. But anyhow, don't want anybody's money. I work for a living. If you feel like giving, supporting something, give to charities that feed people, provide medical attention, Doctors Without Borders, Mercy USA, Feed the Children, give to your ASPCA if you want. Anything you find worthy that helps humanity, go ahead and give to that. I'm not looking for your money. Not looking to be monetized, and I don't care if you subscribe or not. Whatever you want to do. Give a thumbs up though if you like some of the ideas. And I'll say on the next one, I'm going to get into medical insurance and some of the ideas and things, people don't think about that. And if we could have some kind of national medical assistance, healthcare program, something that would not break the bank and cause all of us great hardship for a failed system that isn't really going to help anybody. So anyhow, before I get going, I'm going to say something. I want you to think about it. With all this legalization of drugs push and stuff like that, especially with marijuana and stuff, I want you to think about this. Marijuana is the new cotton. You understand that? Is the new cotton, and you're all who are involved with it, buying it and everything, and supporting its legalization. You're the new slaves and slave owners, the dispensers, and all drugs, and whether they're legal or not, are the new cotton, and you're either the pushers and the dispensers and that, you're the plantation owners, and everyone else who buys your wares are the slaves. So that's the way I look at it. If you think it through, just go ahead. So this one here will be a follow-up to the previous one, which is, I believe, part 93. So this will be part 94, about the police and all the stuff, defund them, do more training, this and that. And like I say, it's behavior in society. The police are reactionary. In some cases, they're proactive. You can look at like stop and frisk and all this. And if we're talking about saving lives, then instead of Mayor Giuliani being villainized, you should be applauding him as somebody who saved lives. Because even though people disagreed, stop and frisk at first and everything, it proved it saved African American lives. It saved black on black violence and black on black shootings from happening. It saved lives, but instead you want to demonize him. He's racist for stop and frisk. It saved lives, didn't it? So, with all this COVID and everything going on, I'll give you this type of analogy here. The police are like antibodies and white blood cells, right? They're in your body, they're all there and everything going, and until something happens where they're needed, they're not acting on anything. Then all of a sudden you get infected, boom, there they are. Or like the firefighters. Firefighters, what are they doing? They're in a firefight. They're not called out. They're not doing anything. Maybe washing the fire truck, cleaning up the station, whatever they do on their off time. The cops are the same way. Like I said, police officers would much rather not have to answer any calls, because that means there's not some asshole somewhere acting badly. You understand? Is that too hard to understand for people out there? So you look at our society right now, ratings, political power, and then flat out people just want to be anarchists. You look at what's driving, or people who want their 10 minutes of fame and this and that. That's what's driving all of this. One politician sees another politician say something, and they get a jump in their ratings for something, for some reason, whatever. They get their airtime. Well, they jump on the bandwagon too. I better get out there and reiterate the same shit, especially belonging to the same party. And the same thing, news media. Oh, CBS did this story on this, and we better get behind that and play that same narrative. And you see now the Dim Lemon from CNN has even said, hey, people are starting to object to all this crap. We better, we're dropping in the polls. And whether you're Democrat, Republican, in the middle of the road, whatever, don't let this shit fool you if they start backing off on their stuff and everything, because it's only a game. They just change their strategy a little bit because they just want to win power. And change their strategy, it'll be a different story when they get in there. They'll flip-flop back on whatever they said. So if you ain't wise to that game, you should start waking up to it. So, you have this herd mentality and stuff and everything. And it's even like with the cities and stuff. These Democrats and stuff. A lot of them hate Trump so much, or because their party does or whatever. They might want help from law enforcement, from federal and stuff in their cities. But they can't ask because their party will jump. Or they might hate Trump so bad, or have come out, that they're so full of pride that they would rather see their cities burn and anarchy in the streets and people being hurt, rather than say, hey, we need some assistance, and go to Donald Trump. And then there's other ones, they're worried, maybe their constituency, maybe they're worried just about getting reelected. Oh, I can't ask Trump for help, I'll die in the polls, I won't get reelected. So they'd rather see businesses looted, burned, all this kind of crap going on, to save their own political hides, or because of their own pride and stuff. See this, they tell you they care about, they don't care about you. They care about themselves. And this whole idea that they're going to give you all this kind of stuff, and that you're being oppressed and all this, and that they're the way to, you're going to have it made, and all, it's a bunch of horse shit. I wish somebody would do a movie looking at America 20 years down the road, whatever, if you follow the agenda of the left and just follow it through. What will come next? What will come next? What will come next after that? Just because you can look at their modus operandi and see the way they think and the way they react to problems and stuff, and how they handle things, and you can just look into the future and say, what if they just had power and kept winning and all this and everything. And you people who think the socialism and stuff is going to make everything equal, it's going to make everything great, you're full you just don't know. Like, you take that girl that after Chicago, and they looted and all that and everything, and she said this is reparations and this and that, and they got to steal for so they can eat and all this. No, sorry, there's a welfare system that a lot of people are on and everything, and even then they might go buy food, but then they sell it to somebody so they can have cash for drugs. So that's another thing you got to think about. The argument, too many black guys in jail for marijuana, or too many people, but most of the time they point out that it's African Americans in jail because simple drug charges and stuff. So let's legalize the drugs and let's let everybody out of jail. Well, you still have to pay for drugs, don't you? You still have to pay for drugs, don't you? You think making marijuana legal is going to somehow make life better for African Americans? You've lost your freaking mind. What's next? Heroin? Cocaine? Because pretty soon they're going to scream discrimination. The heroin junkies are going to be, hey, you made marijuana legal. Why am I in jail for doing heroin? So you still have to pay for the drugs. So in order to pay for you see all these package thieves who steal shit off of people. Why do you think they're doing that? And all the other crime. It's pay for the drugs. Pay for their drugs. So what'll be next? You'll have extra money on your EBT cards or whatever the hell you call them, and all that shit. So you can go buy your weed at the dispensary too. So then you're gonna have a bunch of unemployed people sitting around eating their mac and cheese and Twinkies, getting stoned, and end up having health problems, respiratory problems, diabetes, and all this and everything like this. So then you're going to have a compounded health crisis in the country, more medical problems and bills to be paid. Need more free medical insurance to cover all these sick people. And you see, you're going to think you got it good. Man. Look at this. I got it good. I can get my weed. I can get my food. I can get all this stuff, everything, and just live life off the hook, kick back. I'm kicking back. And you're going to think you got it made. And those people who are all for equality and economics and all this and everything, that are wanting the socialist thing, guess what they're going to be doing? They're still going to be playing the capitalist game in the world market, the global economy, making money. You see, they don't care if it's and there's probably even Republicans who think this way too. Keep the natives happy. They don't care. It's 5-10%. They probably have people who do studies. How many people in this country can we sell a bad bill of goods to and bullshit into, all right, we'll keep them happy. Well, 5%, 10%, can we, what if we get up 30, 40% of people? We'll pay them to sit on their asses and do their dope and everything as long as they're out of our hair. Fuck them. If they want to be stupid and live a life like that, fuck them. We're still going to go on being in power. We're still going to be rich. Their world don't touch our world. It's not going to affect our lives at all. We'll just go on. Give them what they want. Even though it's stupid, give them what they want. Let them live lives of nothingness, being stoned and fat and happy, and watch their neighborhoods and everything go to shit. Let them all just fade away. We'll give them what they want, so they shut the fuck up and stay over there in their own little world there, and we're still going to go on being rich and investing in different things and stuff. We're going to invest in the marijuana them fools are getting, and now the taxpayers are going to pay for it. I told you, marijuana's the new cotton. The new cotton. The marijuana plantation. Think about it. Don't believe me? Think about it. You might think I'm an asshole or disagree with me for a lot of the things I say on these videos, but prove me wrong. I said it before in my earlier ones. Prove me wrong. You know, it's not the cops' fault out there. It's behavior of people in this country. Behavior. So like that girl in Chicago, you know, whether she was just a stooge who was sent out there who believes the crap she was told to go and say or whatever, or if she's one of the leaders who knows she has a bunch of stooges who are going to swallow her bullshit, and she's going to get some of that money Black Lives Matter collects for being out there, being one of their captains. You know, so whether she was a stooge out there talking out her ass because she don't know up from down to begin with, or she does know up and down, but she's going to go out there and say the bullshit to support the minions that are going to give her and Black Lives Matter some more money and power. You got to understand, there are people who are up on their game and understand how to manipulate you. You understand that? She might be one of them. She might just be one of the stooges, one of the stooges out there, not thinking about what she's saying or thinking it through. Or she might be one of the captains. She might know very well what she's saying. She don't believe it, or she might believe it. Who knows? That's reparations. Either way, if she's getting paid, she don't give a shit. She don't give a rat's ass what happens to you. You go and loot and do all the stuff, get into drugs. She don't give a fuck. She's getting paid. She's gonna go on with a good life. You're the one who's gonna deal with all the bullshit you did. So like I say, you know, you need to get off, you know, all these people pushing. You know, and a lot of these people, these DAs and prosecutors, even if you think about Obama, all right? Obama, we're told, oh, what a messed up childhood he had. You know, his father left and this and that and all this and everything. But he ends up, what, did he go to Harvard? Well, his family wasn't well-to-do. I mean, unless his grandparents were, I'm not sure. He got a scholarship or something like this or whatever. I don't know. Did he? But anyway, you look, there's a lot of people who make it through these colleges and stuff and get degrees, who are pushed through. And it's not just the minorities. There are a lot of people who are pushed through because the program requires it. You know, you want to get that money, you want to get this and that, and have these education programs and stuff. Hey, you got to show results. You have to have results. You know, you can't be and there's a lot of people, hey, if you had free college for everybody, free education, well then you're going to have fights over who gets to go to what school. You know, free education's one thing, but hey, say I don't want to go to you know, ASU or Kansas State or something. I want to go to freaking Oxford, or not Oxford. What's the other one up there? Harvard or Yale. You know, then the fight's going to be over that. But let's look at this thing. Oh, free education, for free university, all this and everything, right? So there's a lot of people right now pick their colleges based on partying and stuff. They're just going to go through and get their degree because they think they're going to get a better job and all this. Well, just having that degree doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the job. You might not be qualified. You might not have deserved that degree because you were just biding your time, floating through. See, that's what's wrong with the free education deal. It's worthwhile for somebody who really wants the education, who's going to study, who's going to pass, who's going to be at the top of their game. You know, but you know, look at high school. Look at high school. How many kids are in high school don't want to fucking be there? They're not there to learn. They don't want to be there. I know when I was in high school and stuff, I wish I had a different mindset. But once I started making money and stuff and I got a certain level of education, I was like, I don't need the rest of this shit. You know, I can go to the library, read a book or whatever, and I want to know something about something. And now these days you have the internet. So, you know, you can pretty much, if you want to, you can self-educate yourself on a lot of things. You got to be careful, because there's a lot of people out there who tell you they're educating you and they're not. They're feeding you a bunch of shit, and that's happening big time on the left right now. That happens on the right too. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. They run numbers and stuff and everything. Hey, how much of society can we just let go be a bunch of stone, stupid fat fuckers, and still maintain, you know, the economy and everything else like that, and and us still be in power. It's not going to affect us. You know, we don't gravitate in the same circles and everything like that. So you need to think about these things. But because it does go on. You know, they run demographics, all these types of things and stuff. And here's the thing for the whole world to think about. You look at the people in the streets now, you look at the people at Black Lives Matter. Oh, I would say these prosecutors and stuff. How many of them went to school on some special program? All right, you're going to have these special programs, everybody education, then they're going to say, hey, I got a degree. I'm going to work for the city as prosecutor of the state and this and that. What's their mindset? What's their outlook on things? They might have that degree in their hand, but they might be a total, complete idiot and have this thought that, hey, everybody in America, if they're a minority, everyone in America is racist. I'm gonna, prosecute law. I'm gonna make laws to where if a white person says anything, we can call them a racist and we'll lock them up. You look at these people defended their homes, prosecutor and everything. Gonna go after them. I mean, it doesn't have to be Orwell's vision. That's why I say somebody ought to make a movie 20 years in the future. It doesn't have to be Orwell's type of look into the future in 1984. But just follow the thing through. If you have all these people, legal drug use, this and that and everything, free education for people who really don't have the intelligence and everything to graduate and get their degrees and all this and everything, getting them, because the system, they're going to need more teachers. How about that? You're going to have people getting degrees, teaching degrees, and then going into schools and teaching your children who they themselves don't deserve that degree. But they're going to be pushed through the system. They are going to be pushed through the system because that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to push people through the system that might not be qualified and all this and everything to fulfill all their ideologies and stuff. To a certain degree in life, whether it's in business or whatever, yes, the strong survive. Those who can overcome, think, and do all this. There has to be a little bit of a natural order to things. But not like, strong survive. Okay, that's why we have police and everything, because there's a lot of people. They might be stronger. They might be more violent. They're going to take what they want. I'm not talking about that kind of strong to survive. Survival of the fittest. Those who think, who aren't violent, who aren't tyrants, this and that. There's two types of strong survive and survival of the fittest. There's those who would be tyrants and brutal and totally, out for gain, what have you, who have ideas and stuff that just aren't feasible, but then they're going to enforce them through violence and demonizing people and everything like that. And then there's other ones who say, hey, we're going to have an organized society, this and that. Let those, who who strive and achieve and everything get to the top, and everyone else who waste their lives and everything like that, that's the natural order of it. Now you have people saying, no, you can't have that natural order to that. You got to take all the people who don't strive, the people who don't make an effort to be responsible for their own lives and take care of themselves financially and this and that, who just live life off the hook. They're entitled to everything that the hardworking, tax-paying person who's taken steps, or the business owner who has taken steps constantly to improve their lives and improve their situation in the world, who understand free enterprise, the Constitution, what the founding fathers had in mind, that, you know, you, through the best of your abilities and the providence of God, and those of you who don't believe in God, chance, what have you, because there's no guarantees. You can always put your best foot forward and still end up back at the bottom or whatever. And a lot of people, that happens to, and they get up and they do it again. Some succeed and some don't. Some are kind of like, is it Greek mythology? What was the guy, his punishment was to keep pushing the rock up the hill, and then it fall down and you have to start over. Some people, you might feel like life is like that because you never take notice of it. Even if you made small gains to improve your life. In Islam, it's called jihad. It means struggle. It doesn't mean kill people. Improve yourself, improve your community for the better. And see, people want these grand schemes where, hey, we're gonna improve it for you. We're gonna improve everything for you. No, it's individually. You have to improve. If each person themselves do things to improve their life, however little it is, by stopping drinking, by stopping smoking, by stopping doing drugs, taking money and investing in things, maybe being a little more charitable, individually, the individual. That's what America is about, your individual freedoms to better yourself, to achieve, to be a part of society. You cannot say, hey, we're going to do it on as collective. We're going to take all these people and we're just going to make everybody, because not everybody's on the same page. You can't. It will fail. So if you follow through on the way Democrats and everything, all these promises and stuff, and the ideas they have, the world should look at it, you know, at the path they're taking right now. Do you want these kind of people who are in the street, who are like this girl in Chicago who justifies stealing and looting and all these types of things? And you already have some people like her in Congress and stuff, like AOC and other people. And I just heard a thing from Nancy Pelosi today talking about Trump. That lady's senile. Do you understand this? And Trump's calling out the law enforcement, saying there's going to be law enforcement at the voting to keep people away. He's trying to suppress votes, etc., etc., etc. She's senile. You understand that? But somebody please follow through on what all these people are saying, and look at the type of world, type of America, and type of world you would have 20, 30 years down the road. It's insane. Yeah, you're going to have your big bowl of macaroni and cheese, your Kraft macaroni and cheese, and your Twinkies, and your weeds sitting there watching, whatever, Jerry Springer or your basketball game, what have you. And, you're going to have your social assistance and everything. And, the world will go on. And you, and then your children, and you'll never achieve anything or have what you think everyone. Maybe that will be next. Electric cars. Hey, we got to give them cars now, because it's what the Democrats and socialists who think this stuff of giving everything away aren't thinking. It'll never be enough. All right, we're gonna get what that Yang. We're gonna give everybody $1,000 a month. Well, that won't be enough, because that's not enough to reach the level of living you're living, Mr. Yang. They can't go on a cruise. They can't go overseas on a. So you're going to have to up the ante. How much is it? They're going to want to be on your level. And you people who think you will ever be on the level of these people who have millions of dollars, you're out of your mind. The only way to get there is individually work, start a business, do something. That's it. You have to strive for it. You're expecting society and people just to dump it in your laps where you're going to be on economically the same page. Economic justice. No. Ain't going to happen that way. But, follow it through. And the rest of the world, do you want these types of people in control of the most powerful military on the face of the earth and all the nuclear weapons, who are going to come and tell you, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, any country out there, any, Russia, you name it, North Korea, China, hey, you have to allow abortion. You have to allow drug use. You have to allow this. You have to give your people... Do you want these people in charge of the foreign policy of a nation that has the most powerful military in the world? Because once they're done with us, telling us and enslaving us into all their bullshit, they're coming for you. Their socialism and their communism, their Marxism, isn't your Marxism over there in China and Russia and other socialist places. You can maybe look at some of the countries in Europe, where they're giving heroin addicts their dope and shit like that, and the idiotic criminal justice systems they have. You can kind of look at that and maybe see where it's going. But you have, hey Putin, hey Russia, you have to allow all this transgender horse shit. Instead of teachers teaching kids what they need to live and how to advance in life, they're going to argue about whether they're going to teach your kids whether they're a boy or a girl. So the rest of the world needs to think about that too. You want these idiots in power? Control the foreign policy and having the most powerful military in the world? Because once they're done dictating to us how it's going to be, they're coming for you. All right, wish you all the best out there. God bless. Be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Adios.